Okay, so go ahead and come to your mat and let's just find a comfortable seat. So you can sit up onto a prop if you'd like and just rest your hands wherever they land and find a length through your spine. So anchor down through your sitting bones and lift up tall through the crown of your head and just start to breathe through the length of your body. And if you'd like, you can let your eyes close down so that you can move inward into the inner landscape of your body. And just notice how you're feeling today. We're all on a bit of a roller coaster these days, and we don't really know what's coming. And sometimes that can feel unsettled and chaotic, but we always have our body and our breath. And so today, I'd love for you to set an intention of just getting grounded in your body and just feeling your feet on the ground, your body resting on the earth, and just feel you as a human moving through this life. And you might set an intention for your practice today, something that is meaningful to you, something that you'd like to cultivate as we practice. And if you'd like, you can bring your hands together at the center of your heart and let your head drop down towards your chest and solidify this intention with just a moment of breathing. Give yourself maybe a little mantra, which is just a phrase that you say to yourself. And that could be something as simple as, I am here, I am grounded. And then lift your chin, relax your arms off to your sides. We'll just take a big breath in and reach up through the fingertips, reach up, really lengthen through the crown of your head, and then draw the hands down to the center of the heart. And we'll do that a few more times. So use your breath in to reach up, breathe wide. Exhale, hands down to the heart. And one more time like this. Reach up, breathe in. And exhale, hands down to the heart. Let's add on a little bit. So inhale, arms up. This time we'll take a little side bend to the right. So bring your right hand down and tilt to the right. Left fingertips reaching. You might turn your chest down towards the floor and then roll the chest open. Just move in whatever way feels good in this little side bend. You might rock the chest down and up a few times. Just let your head move wherever it wants to move. And then stop somewhere in the center. With your next breath in, reach the arms up, come back to the center, and let's go to the other side. So tilt to the left, right fingertips reaching over your head. And again, do that rocking movement, chest towards the floor, and then chest towards the sky. And keep moving. Just notice where the places in your body feel maybe a little stiff, a little closed, but also where they feel fine, where they feel open and free and relaxed. Both arms up to the center, breathe in. Let's take a little twist now to the right. So turn to the right, let your hands land wherever they want to land, and take a few breaths. Lift up tall through the crown of your head as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, twist a little further from the belly. You might even look over your right shoulder. Let's unwind with the next breath in, arms up to the sky, and then take that twist over to the left. Once you land to the left, just take a couple breaths. Enjoy the feeling of the breath in the body. Maybe looking over your left shoulder. Just feel this gentle spinal twist. Return to the center with your breath in, And then fold forward, just gently, hands in front of you, let your head drop. And breathe into the back of your waistline. So really let your spine round, chin can drop towards the chest as much as you like. And notice how the back feels today. Maybe rock the hips around a little, snuggle in. Rise back up, and then if you're sitting cross-legged like I am, switch the crossing of your feet so your other shin is in the front. Take the arms up towards the sky, breathe in, and then again, fold forward. Take your chin towards your chest, round your spine, and relax. Good, let's walk the hands back again, lift the torso up. We're gonna make our way to all fours. So hands and knees. You can slide anything that's in your way, out of the way. If you want a little blanket under your knees, you could set that up under your knees. And we'll find a couple rounds of cat-cow here. So once you're set up on your hands and your knees, just pad the weight between the right hand and the left hand, and you'll feel the weight transfer from each knee to the other knee. And then stop in the center and really get grounded. Get grounded through your knees and through the tops of your feet, maybe the toes are tucked and you feel the toes on the floor, and through the hands. And then with your next breath in, drop the belly, look forward, and arch your back, lift your chin. And with your exhale, go the other way. So press down, round the back, drop the chin towards the chest, and look towards your belly button. And we'll go back and forth like this several times. So inhale, take the gaze forward. Exhale, press down and round. And take about 8 more rounds on your own. So just feeling your breath, feeling your spine, arch and round. We all have different paces of breathing, so you get to follow your breath. And as you do this movement, continue to feel what's meeting the earth. Knees down, hands down, you're plugged in. You might go very slowly on some of these cat-cows and then a little more quickly on others. After you've gone through about 8 or so, let's go back to child's pose. So separate your knees a little wider than your hips. Bring your big toes together at the back of your mat and shift your hips back towards your heels. Let your head relax and just feel breath in the back of the body. Get grounded into the earth. What do you feel in the earth? Maybe your shins are down, your knees are down. Some parts of your arms are down. Maybe your forehead is down. Now lift your chin, walk your hands over to the right side of your mat and take a little side stretch in child's pose here. Really press down through the left hand, steer your left hip back, and feel this big stretch along the left side of your body. Walk over to the other side, take your hands to the left, and stretch through the right side of your body. Side stretch here. Right hand pressing down, right hip steering back. And then hands back to the center. Let's rock forward to all fours, hands and knees. Bring your knees underneath your hips. Little challenging moment here. Tuck your toes. press your hands down, take a breath in, and with your exhale, hover your knees 1 inch off the floor and hold here. See if you can breathe through this challenge. Hands planted down to the earth, balls of the feet or toes rooting down, and feel the breath as this grounding influence. So it's anchoring your awareness. Take another breath in and out or so. Feel the challenge. If it's too much, you can always bring your knees back down to the floor. And then when you're ready, let's go to downward facing dog. Lift your hips up and stretch. Once you get to downward facing dog, just see where your body wants to go. Bend your knees left and right, shift the hips around, maybe let the shoulders move. You could give your head a shake. If you have a blanket here for your knees, you might slide it out of the way so it's not in your way. Let's come forward to plank pose, top of a push-up. So come forward to plank, top of a push-up. So you could stay here or you could bring your knees to the floor. Take a breath in and then go up and back to downward facing dog, hips to the sky. We're gonna do that a few more times. So roll it forward to plank on your inhale, knees up or knees down. And then with your exhale, go up and back to downward facing dog, hips to the sky. 3 more times on your own. So coming forward with your breath in, knees up or knees down. Use your breath out to go up and back to down dog. 2 more times on your own. Make this a simple movement. Follow your breathing. Once you get back to downward facing dog the next time, stay there and find the anchoring of your hands and your feet. And then bring your knees back down to the floor. Go back to child's pose just for a moment. So child's pose, hips to your heels, always an option during any practice if you need a little rest. Some people, child's pose is not their favorite pose, so you feel free to do anything in your body that feels good to take a little rest if you feel that desire, that need. Let's come back up to all fours and up to downward facing dog. Take your hips to the sky. And then walk your feet forward towards your hands. So you come into a forward fold. And for this first one, take your feet nice and wide, really wide. So maybe to the outside edges of your mat. Let your head drop. If you have blocks and you really like those under your hands, you could always use blocks or some kind of support under your hands. Or you could just hold on to opposite elbows and let your head relax and drop down. And here, feel your feet grounded into the earth. All 4 corners of your feet pressing down. Feel the weight in your feet. So you might rock the weight forward towards the toes and then back into the heels. And you might rock the weight to the outside edges of your feet and the inside edges of your feet, and just notice the difference in the weight, in the sensations when you put the weight into the different parts of your feet. We're gonna roll up to stand. So bend your knees a little bit, roll up your spine, take your time. Your head will come up last. When you get to the top, roll the shoulders onto the back. And be here, grounded into the feet. Bring your feet a little closer together, get anchored into your feet, put a little bend in your knees, hands together at your heart. Take a breath in, lift your chest. With your exhale, release your arms to your sides. Nice job. Inhale, reach your arms up, follow your breath. And with your exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forward over your legs, soften your knees, let your head relax. Take a breath in and lengthen your spine. Bring your palms to your shins. Find a flat back. It's a half lift. Exhale, fold forward. Put your hands on the floor and step your left foot back and then your right foot back to plank pose. Top of a push-up. Hold here, knees up or knees down. And then with your exhale, lower all the way down to the belly. So bend your elbows and lower down. Let's find a little cobra pose. So roll the shoulders up and back, lift the chest. And for this one, hover your hands off the floor. So you'll have to lower down if you're all the way up. So the back muscles have to work. Hold here. And then place your hands down. And you might lift up a little higher here. Let's look over the right shoulder. So look over your right shoulder. You might take a little twist here. Your right hip can lift up off the floor. And then go to the other side. Look over your left shoulder. Take a little twist here. Good. Come back to the center, heart forward, breathe in. And with your exhale, lower down. Let's go up and back to downward facing dog. So tuck your toes, lift up through all fours, and then to downward facing dog. Take 3 breaths here, in and out through the nose or the mouth. Grounded in the hands and the feet. Grounded in your breath. Look forward, walk your feet forward to the top of your mat, forward fold. Let your head relax, maybe your feet are a little closer this time in your forward fold. Inhale, lengthen your spine, palms to your shins. And with your exhale, fold forward over your legs. Roll up your spine, take your time, head comes up last. When you get to the top, reach your arms to the sky, big breath in. Exhale, pull the hands down to the center of the heart. Good, let's add on to that flow. Inhale, reach your arms up, breathe in. With your exhale, fold forward over your legs, soften your knees, let your head relax, and breathe. Lengthen your spine on your breath in, half lift. And on your breath out, fold. Let's step the left leg back into a lunge. And we're going to bring the back knee down to the ground. So here's where you might want a blanket or a towel under your back knee when you lower down. You can keep your fingertips down on the ground and just feel this shape, this lunge shape. And then let's rock the hips back and start to straighten the front leg a little bit. We're going to move back and forth like this. So inhale, move the hips forward, lift your chest. And with your exhale, pull the hips back, straighten the front leg, and fold. Keep going like this. There's a couple options here. You could keep your fingertips down on the floor or on blocks, or let's complete this next one, rock the hips back. Or another option is to actually lift your arms up into this Anjaneyasana shape. And then with your exhale, pull the hips back, sweep the arms down next to your sides as the torso comes forward. Keep going like this, 3 more times on your own. Your choice, how you move with the arms. Hips are moving forward and back. When you rock the hips back, you might lift the toes on the front foot. Your choice, keep moving, keep breathing. The next time you land in a lunge, let's stay there. If your arms are up, put your hands down on the floor. Lift your back knee up, and we're going to step forward into a forward fold. So move the weight forward, both feet on the floor, and fold. Take a breath in, lengthen your spine, half lift. With your exhale, fold forward. Let's go to the other side. Step your right foot back into a nice long lunge. Lower the back knee down. Maybe it's landing on that blanket or that towel. Shift it around if you need to. And then let's find this rocking forward and back. So take a breath in, let the hips come forward, lift your chest. And with your exhale, shift your hips back, straighten the front leg. Doesn't have to be all the way straight. And you know what to do. Keep moving back and forth with your breath. If you would like to add the sweep of the arms up towards the sky, and then the sweep of the arms back as you shift the hips back, you could. Let's take about 4 more on your own. So let the weight of your body shifting back and forth remind you that you can be grounded. Grounded in the body, anchoring down into the earth, and grounded into your breath. Good. The next time you come forward into a lunge, stay there. Bring your hands down to the floor. This time we're going to step back to downward facing dog. So lift your back knee up and step back to downward facing dog. You can move this blanket if you're using it off to the side. Come forward to plank pose, top of a push-up. Breathe in, and then knees up or knees down, lower all the way to the belly. Let's find cobra pose, untuck the toes, shoulders back, lift the chest, hover your hands. And then put your hands back down, lift the chest a little higher. Look over your right shoulder, take a little twist. And then look over your left shoulder, take a little twist. Back to the center, breathe in, heart forward. And with your exhale, lower down. Tuck your toes, lift your hips up and back, downward facing dog, hips to the sky. Stay here or come to child's pose for 3 breaths. Some people love to be in forward fold, so feel free to, instead of breathing in down dog, come to a forward fold or even a squat. You get to choose. It doesn't matter what you choose to re-anchor into your body and into your breath. You get to choose. Let's all meet in downward facing dog. Down dog, hips to the sky. Now bring your feet a little closer together. With your inhale, sweep your right leg up behind you, down dog split. Hopefully you have room behind you in your space. With your exhale, draw your right knee towards your nose as you shift your shoulders forward over the wrist for core plank. We're gonna do this 2 more times. Inhale, reach back through the right leg. Exhale, draw the knee forward, core plank. 1 more time, reach it back, breathe in. With your exhale, draw the knee forward, and this time step your foot forward in between your hands. If you need to do that thing where you bring your hand behind your ankle to snuggle it forward, that's fine. So now get your legs underneath you, nice and strong and steady. You have choices here. Maybe you stay here, or you could bring the hands to the front thigh and lift the torso up a little higher. But keep your torso tilted forward, and maybe you could try floating your arms next to your hips. Pull the belly off your front thigh, breathe here. And with your exhale, put your hands down. Go back to downward facing dog, hips to the sky. Take a breath in and a breath out here. Get grounded through your hands and your feet. With your next breath in, sweep your left leg to the sky, down dog split. With your exhale, draw the knee towards your nose, core plank. Shift the weight forward. 2 more times like this. Reach back, breathe in. Exhale, knee forward, hug forward. 1 more time. It's like you're moving through thick liquid like molasses. And then let's step that left foot forward. Do your best to get there. Get your legs underneath you. This is a good chance for you to feel how solid your connection to the earth is. Nice strong legs. Hands could come to the front thigh. Pull the belly off of your front thigh. Use that core strength to get some power there. And maybe float the arms next to your sides, next to your hips. Crown of the head forward, breathe in. With your exhale, put your hands down on the floor and go back to downward facing dog, hips to the sky. You choose how you want to catch your breath, either child's pose, downward facing dog, maybe a squat or a forward fold. 3 breaths. What's going to help you feel grounded? You get to choose. Let's meet in downward facing dog. We're going to add on to that flow a little bit. So downward facing dog. Feet a little closer together. When your next breath in comes, reach your right leg to the sky, down dog split. 1 core plank, so hug the knee in towards your chest on your breath out. With your inhale, reach the leg back behind you, breathe in. With your exhale, hug the knee forward and step the foot forward between your hands into a lunge. Either stay here or bring the hands to the front thigh, pull the belly up away from the front thigh, or arms next to your sides, hold here. Now listen carefully, either hold here or bring your arms out in front of you alongside your ears. Hold here, feel the legs working. Breathe in, and then with your exhale, put your hands down on the floor. Go back to downward facing dog, hips to the sky. 1 breath in and out here. Full breaths in through the nose or the mouth. Next breath in, sweep the left leg to the sky, down dog split. Exhale, knee to your nose, nose towards your knee. Shift it back, breathe in, down dog split. Exhale, step the foot forward, lunge. Get your legs underneath you. You know the options here. Either hands to the floor or to blocks. Hands to the front thigh. Get your belly in on the game. Maybe arms next to your sides. Or maybe arms forward alongside your ears. Hold here. Feel the anchoring of your feet down into the ground. Take a breath in. With your exhale, put your hands down on the floor, and this time step the back foot forward into a forward fold. Just let your head relax. Let's take a little twist here. So keep your left hand down on the floor or put it on a block. Bring your right hand to your hip. Bend your left knee and turn your upper body to the right. Either stay here or reach your right arm to the sky. Good, let's switch sides. Right hand down, bend your right knee, bring your left hand to your hip, turn your left shoulder blade onto the back, maybe reach the left arm to the sky. And release and fold forward over your legs. And again, bring your attention into your feet and move the weight forward into the toes, back into the heels. Let your head relax. With your next breath in, lengthen your spine, palms to your shins. And with your exhale, fold forward. Roll up your spine, take your time. When you get to the top, reach your arms to the sky, breathe in. And with your exhale, hands together at the center of the heart. Good, we're gonna find tree pose. So I'm gonna turn to face you for a moment. And we'll move the weight into the right foot and pop up onto the ball of the left foot. Hands can be on your hips, and then just turn your left knee out to the side. You can anchor that left heel to the inside of your right ankle if you'd like. Or you could bring this foot up a little higher. It doesn't really matter where you choose. Lots of people like to reach for their ankle and pull the foot into the inner thigh. You could do that or not, it doesn't matter. Just find a position where you can feel grounded and balanced. Hug that right outer hip in. And then you might start to explore with your arms. Arms could go wide or up to the sky. You might make these branches with your tree. You might even tilt to the side, give yourself like a little challenge with the left arm down and the right arm up. Are you still breathing? It's very common for us to hold our breath when things get hard. Move the arms around a little more if you like. And then come back, hands at the heart. Release the left knee forward and step that foot down. And then if you would like to take some little circles with your hips or maybe roll an ankle around just to release some of that work, you could. And then let's move to the other side. So anchor down through the left foot. Come to the ball of your right foot, open your right knee out to the side and find your version of tree on this side. Focus on the balance. You might find something steady to ground your gaze on. Find something to look at that's not moving. Do your best. If you fall, no big deal. You just come back in, you reestablish your grounding, your anchoring. Maybe start to explore with your arms. Maybe take that little tilt to the side. Where is it hard? Where is it easy? Where can you find a little sense of play? We don't always have to be serious, even though we're staying grounded and anchored. Hands back to the heart. Release the knee forward and step the foot down. Again, do something to release. Little hip circles, feel that energy in your hips. If you want to circle the ankles around, sometimes when we do these single leg balances, our ankles will feel it because there's just new muscles that are waking up. All right, come to the top of your mat. We're gonna add on to our flow one more time. So hands together at the heart, take a breath in. With your exhale, release your arms to your sides. Inhale, reach your arms up. Big breath in, reach. Exhale, fold forward over your legs, soften your knees, let your head relax, and breathe. Take a breath in, lengthen your spine, half lift, and exhale, fold. Step back to downward facing dog, hips to the sky. Next breath in, come forward to plank pose, knees up or knees down. Exhale, lower all the way to the belly. Untuck the toes, lift the chest up, hover your hands, crown of the head forward, and then plant your hands down, ground them down, lift up a little higher. Twist over to the right, look over your right shoulder, let your right hip lift up, and then roll to the other side to look over your left shoulder. Reground both sides of your pelvis, come back to the center, breathe in, heart forward, exhale, lower down. Tuck your toes, lift your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Take a breath in and out here. Bring your feet a little closer together. With your inhale, sweep your right leg to the sky, down dog split. Exhale, knee to your nose towards your knee, core plank. Inhale, sweep the right leg high. Exhale, step that foot forward between your hands, lunge. We're rising up into that high lunge, so hands to your front thigh, maybe. Belly up away from the front thigh. Maybe float the arms next to your hips. Maybe reach the arms forward. Listen carefully, take a breath in, and then pull your left elbow back like you're pulling a bow and arrow. Turn your back heel down. We're gonna open into warrior two. So turn the back heel down, arms wide. Flip the front palm, take a breath in, and then reverse your warrior. Tilt back, left arm can lightly land on the back leg. Right arm to the sky. And then with your exhale, cartwheel your hands down, frame the front foot. Pick up your back heel and step back to downward facing dog. Take 3 breaths here. You decide what you do during those 3 breaths. It might be coming forward to plank and lowering down, opening up into cobra. It might be coming to child's. It might be coming to a forward fold or a squat or staying in down dog. You choose. Get grounded, feel your breathing. Let's come back to downward facing dog if you're doing something different. Reach the left leg to the sky, down dog split. With your exhale, knee to your nose, nose towards your knee, core plank. Stretch back, breathe in. With your exhale, step that foot forward into a lunge. Good, get steady on your legs. Hands to the front thigh, start to climb your way up. Belly up away from the front thigh. Maybe you remove the support of your hands on your thighs so the arms come back behind alongside your hips. Maybe extend the arms forward. You know we're going to warrior 2 here, so you decide what the negotiation is. Maybe you do this pull of the bow and arrow back with your right elbow and then extend your right arm. Back heel down, settle into warrior 2. Gaze out over your front fingertips. Feel your feet on the ground. Flip the front palm, take a breath in, and reverse your warrior, tilt back. Legs stay strong. Next breath out, cartwheel the hands down, frame the front foot, step back to downward facing dog. 3 breaths. To do whatever you want to do, you choose. Either stay in down dog, come to child's, maybe a squat. If you know the vinyasa, plank, coming to plank, lowering down, taking a cobra, that's a vinyasa, and coming back to down dog, you could for sure take that. Just whatever you're doing, make sure that you're staying anchored, grounded, connected. Let's all meet in downward facing dog. Bring your knees to the floor. We're going to take a thread the needle position. Okay, so you could take your knees a little bit wider if you like. I like this version with the knees wide. Or you could keep your knees right in line with your feet. We're going to sweep the right arm out to the side like a wing. And then take that arm underneath your body, behind your left hand. You'll come all the way down onto your outer shoulder. If you like blocks, some of you will grab a block and put it under your head. So you can choose either outer shoulder or temple all the way down to the floor. Your left hand could stay on the floor for support, or you could lift the left arm up towards the sky, turn the palm to face behind you, bend the elbow and reach along your back. Just check in, make sure your neck feels okay, and notice what is grounded here. Where can you feel the earth? If you have your left hand in that half bind, release it. Release your right arm from the twist. Take the arm out to the side, breathe in, turn your chest to the right. And then return your right hand down to the floor. Let's take that on the other side. So left arm, sweep it out to the side like a wing. Thread the left arm behind the right hand, come all the way down. Land. Again, you have choices with this right hand. It can stay on the floor. You could take that half bind that we did before, or you could take the right hand on the floor above the crown of your head. That's another option. Wherever you want to be, just let your neck be harmonious. Feel what's on the ground. Replace the right hand down. Release the left arm out to the side. Big breath in, turn the chest to the left. And release the left hand down. Good, let's come into a seat. So you can cross your ankles or you can swing your legs out in front of you. Come into a seat. If you like blankets or towels, a little elevation to sit on, you could for this next part. We'll take the right leg out to the side and bend the left knee so that the sole of the left foot is towards your right leg, toward your straight leg. Bring your hands on either side of your straight leg and lift up tall through your spine, and then start to turn towards your straight leg. You could hold here, or you could lift the left arm up, and you might start to fold forward over that straight leg. And then your left hand can come really anywhere along this right leg, maybe the outside of the thigh, the knee, the calf. Some of you will hold your foot. Just let your head relax if that feels good to you. And notice here, the rounding of your spine, the breathing in your body, and what's on the ground. Maybe you can notice the heel, the calf, your pelvis, your bent leg. Maybe some parts of your hands are on the ground. Let's rise up and we'll take a little twist to the left. So turn and twist towards the left. Maybe look over your left shoulder. Unwind your spine and then switch sides. So you can lean back, switch the legs. One hand on either side of your straight leg. Lift up tall through your spine and turn towards your straight leg. Again, you can stay here. We all have different variations of the way that our pelvis is put together and the way our spine feels. Maybe the right arm lifts up. And then you might start to fold forward over your straight leg. Maybe the hand comes to somewhere on the outside of your left leg. Experiment with what your head wants to do. Either stay in line with your spine or drop the chin towards the chest. And feel the grounding of your body into the earth. All the places that are meeting the ground. Lift your torso up and swing into that twist to the other side. Turn your chest, turn your spine, and breathe. And then unwind back to the center. And then we'll make our way onto the back. So as you're making your way onto your back, we're going to take one bridge pose. We'll take a little hip stretch and a little twist. And then we're going to move into Savasana. So this is a good place to put on layers if you're chilly, and to just grab any props that you want to have near you for your final rest. So just take a minute to make sure that you're all arranged. It's worth taking that time to get ready. Maybe you're grabbing your pillow for behind your head. Just make sure that things are within reach so that you're set up well. And then whenever you get ready with all of those things, come on down to the back, nice and slowly. Once you get down to the back, just land. Might feel nice to feel your back resting down on the earth. Notice how you feel now compared to at the beginning of the practice. What's on the ground? Feel your feet on the ground, feel your arms resting, feel the curves of your spine, what's lifting away and what's anchored down. And notice your breathing. Bend your knees and put your feet on the floor if they're not there already. And let's take a bridge pose. Roll the shoulders onto the back, press into your feet and lift your pelvis up. And make this about feeling the feet on the ground, really grounding into the earth. Feel the back of your head down on the ground, back of the shoulders down on the ground. Steady breathing. Let's lower down. So upper back rolls down, roll down through the mid back, through the low back, and finally the pelvis lands. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh for figure 4. And just rock from side to side. This might be great for you. You could stay here with your left foot on the floor, or hug your knees in towards your chest. You could take the hands through this little hole that you've made with your legs. Right hand could come through that hole, left hand on the outside, and clasp the hands on the back of your hamstring. You could stay there, or some of you will have long arms and be able to hold on to the left shin. But just notice what that does to your spine and see if you can even out the curves of your spine and the hip points. And then just take a couple breaths here to enjoy this little hip stretch. The legs worked hard today in certain places, so enjoy that. And then unwind your legs and switch sides. Left ankle over right thigh. You can start with your right foot on the floor, find that rocking. Again, you could stay there with your right foot grounded into the earth. Sometimes I like to do this pose with the right foot down, with the bottom foot down, because it helps me ground through the low back, which sometimes can feel good. Or you could draw the knees in towards the chest. Find any arm options that are appropriate for you today. And just feel. Let your body relax. Let's unwind, bring the knees to the chest. And we'll take a little reclined twist. So arms could go out to the side and just let your knees fall over to the right. And you can choose any version of a twist that you like. Just let your head roll in the direction it wants to roll. Let your arms be where they want to be. Just start to let go a little bit. This is our chance to surrender into the earth. When your next breath out comes, Use your breath out to pull the knees back to the center, and then go to the other side. When you're ready, shift the knees over to the left and take your twist here. Again, let your head roll, let your arms be where they want to be. Surrender into the earth. Use your next breath out to bring the knees back to the center. If you need to shimmy back into the center of your mat, you could. And then any final little movements that you want to take before we rest, go ahead and take them here for about 5 breaths. This might be knees in towards the chest or whatever. It doesn't really matter. Just let your body lead the way so that you get to be anchored into the ground of your own body's intelligence. Anchored into your breathing. And then at a certain point, your body will want to settle. And when that happens, get yourself set up into Savasana. So extend your legs out. This is our final relaxation. Arms could rest off to the side. And if you wanted to grab any props, any sense of support, I really like this blanket on top of the pelvis to offer that weight, that grounding down. So you get to choose how you set yourself up for rest. And take the time to really do that well here. And I will let you know when the time for rest is complete. So you get to just relax and let go. No need to do anything or plan anything. Let your body be heavy and just sink down into the weight of the earth. Surrender, let go, and rest fully. Start to bring your awareness back into your breathing. Move your fingers and your toes to start to awaken the body. And when you're ready, make your way up into a seat. And once you're seated, bring the hands together at the center of the heart and come back to that intention that you set at the beginning of the practice. Maybe it was that idea of being grounded. Maybe it was something different. You can notice if it's shifted or if you need to take it with you for the rest of the day, or if it's been resolved. And thank yourself for your practice, and bow your head to your heart. Offer gratitude for the freedom, beauty, and possibility of your own body-mind. May our practice be for the benefit of all. Thank you.